I've been an avid cyclist for years, but the longer I ride my bike on these mean streets of Toronto, the more I get the feeling that it's a question of when, not if, I'm going to get seriously hurt by getting doored. That fear is reinforced by some new startling numbers put out by Cycle Toronto that shows a steep increase in that potentially life-changing mistake. Have you ever been doored?
Yeah, I've been doored a couple times.
And she's only been riding since last summer. Yes, most cyclists have a story to tell. You might remember this shocking incident from last fall that's been widely viewed on YouTube. The anecdotes are backed up by some frightening new statistics put out by Cycle Toronto. The number of dooring incidents reported to police went from 132 in 2014 to 175 in 2015, then spiked to 209 last year, an increase of 58%.
We take that as a minimum. The number of dooring collisions that don't go unreported are significant.
The Cycle Toronto report includes a map that shows so-called hotspots that see higher dooring rates. Busy intersections like Yonge and Dundas is one. Streets with on-street parking and streetcar tracks are the most dangerous. Dundas and Queen are good examples. This GoPro Viz shows how little space there is for cyclists and how disastrous getting thrown from a bike could be. On College, there are some painted lanes, and that's a little better, but it's still considered dangerous because you're riding beside parked cars where there's always the risk of this.
Painted bicycle lanes, I think, on major streets offer the perception of safety, but no real protection. The gold standard are protected bicycle lanes.
By gold standard, Jared points to Bloor, where a pilot project has built the bike lane next to the curb, then parked cars, then traffic. But we only have about 20 kilometers of those in a city with 5,000 kilometers of roadway.
We wrote 52 tickets last year for specifically to dooring.
The fine for a driver caught dooring is $365 and 3 demerit points. 52 tickets doesn't sound like much, but that may be because it's not easy to catch somebody doing it.
When these things do happen, most times officers are never there to see it, right? So we need them to be reported to police so we can investigate and look into it.
Advocates say drivers must learn to check your side mirror before you open your door every time. But it's also crucial for cyclists to be hyper-vigilant when you're on your bike, because you never know what drivers, and for that matter, pedestrians, are going to do. This young cyclist has some tips.
You just have to be cautious, and you got to look for the signs, like looking in their mirrors to see if the driver's in there. Try to make eye contact with them. That's what I do all the time. Ring your bell, signal. Try to make yourself as, pronounced and as bold as possible.
Now, another tip for drivers from Cycle Toronto is try to get into the habit of using your left hand to open the door so you're automatically looking behind you.